Aloha. I'm Reverend Cindy Paulus, and I was really meditating on light. I am definitely a light worker, and my name, informal name, Lucinda, means light. And I've always been drawn to the light like a moth to the flame. Every morning when I go out, after I meditate, I go out and do yoga and just try to bring that light into my body. And I've written actually a book about light called Put a Little Light in Your Life. Light can be, of course, used for creativity, for healing, for inspiration. I am so in love with light. I wrote a poem kind of about that and that whole thing this morning. And it goes like this. Where do you go to witness that celestial glow imbued within each soul? How do you decipher the signs unveiled by the universe's design? A symphony of cosmic lines, reflecting in nature's artistry, revealed to those who pause and see, and listen to its divine decree. From the eyes of God, so sublime, behold the perfection in the flawed line, embodied in humanity's paradigm. From individuals to the cosmic tapestry, threads interweave, connecting seamlessly all creation. A harmonious melody. Immerse in the light of a shooting star. Recognize it as a fragment of who you are. In a falling feather or a nostalgic guitar, a memory stirs, beckoning to recall the whispering of secrets of the eternal that enthrall the unveiling of the essence that embraces us all. Now, there were a lot of parts to that, of course. When I write, it kind of comes as messages, sometimes flows from one thought to the other. And this one came from doing a meditation this morning about being absorbed by light. And I like that feeling of being absorbed, because when you're being absorbed by light, you are actually becoming that light and consciously aware of being aware of where that light is and how it feels and how you're absorbing it. And that, if you follow that thread, will take you back to the place where the light was born, the source of all light. And there is such amazing power in the source of that light, because that light is how we see, how we create, how we can be healed as well. Such a beautiful gift, this light, so we can, well, as I've been writing a lot lately, be a rainbow of energy and colors, interpreting what we're actually seeing in so many ways. Now, it's interesting, we all interpret the same vision in many different ways. I mean, all you have to do is go to a museum or an art gallery and see how people have seen scenes, and then see if you relate to how they see it, What makes an artist great? What makes one of those great masters a master? Somehow they were connected to the source that brought them the inspiration to perceive what they saw in a very interesting way. Have you ever thought about that? Just as a jazz performer can improvise from a tune that's rather famous and just go all around it to create thoughts that you can actually, when you listen to it, you can understand what that musician is trying to say, what they're expressing. Same with a piece of art. If you see a picture that's symbolic of a mystery, of a full moon, say, something mystical, then you might start saying, "Oh, I can see that. I can relate," right? And it's this relationship we have to that interpretation of light that brings us so many interesting ways to use light and to absorb that light and to channel that light. Because if you channel light, you can actually send it out as a beautiful force field for healing, for positive energy, for spiritual enlightenment. It's all there. It's there at your fingertips, waiting to be shared. And when I first heard of George Lucas's movie, May the Force Be With You, I was going, wow, he understands. Because I was meditating when I was 13 years old. And I actually was able to go to the screening of Star Wars before it actually hit the public, because we were doing a premiere of it for our radio station. And at that time, George Lucas was on to something huge, but he wasn't 100% sure. After the screening of the movie that happened in Hollywood, he stood up and said, he apologized. He apologized. He said, "Well, I've got a lot of work to do on this yet. This is not the final product. I'm going to," like you apologize, like you're embarrassed. So he was tapped into this energy and understood the force, and yet he wasn't sure that other people would get it, right? So when you're pioneering and using and creating these things, sometimes that light can put you way ahead of the curve, and you're onto something, yet it may be a little bit ahead of time. Have you ever had that happen? Well, I mean, that kind of happened to me when I started meditating so long ago, and a lot of people still weren't meditating, and I was doing school papers. My English teacher got so mad at I did a book review on The Joyous Cosmology by Alan Watts. And my English teacher got so upset and said, "Are you proselytizing a new religion?" I was like, obviously. She didn't get it. But it's okay. I knew what I was doing. And I'm still doing it, and a lot of people are doing it as well now. I know you probably are if you're listening, and thousands of other people are working with the light more and more. But always remember to go back to that source that you have, that ties you in, that's part of the stars, that's part of the energy of the soul, that's part of the energy of spirit, that is the one that is the conductor that you're conducting and arranging and using in your life as you improvise on what you've been given. Let's take a few minutes and go into meditation. Just close off your outside senses if you can and get comfortable and just be present. Just be still and be comfortable. Allow yourself to just be without doing, without thinking. Just all you have to do is breathe, and that comes pretty automatically. Just be aware of your breath as we breathe in and hold it and breathe out. What do you notice as you breathe in? I'm smelling mock oranges from the bush outside. They smell so heavenly. I'm feeling a beautiful light trade wind-like breeze. It's coming in the window here in Hawaii on Maui, and it's surrounding me. I feel comfortable just sitting with my eyes closed and just being. Sometimes we have to do so much in our life. We're always doing. And then when you have to stop and Catch your breath. It takes a while just to be comfortable, just being here now. So just allow your body and your whole energy field of your body to be surrounded by this wonderful light, a beautiful light of protection that goes way, way up above, out your head chakra, and down and through your spine and out and in front of you and behind you on either side of you. And know that you're protected in this beautiful bubble of light that's surrounding you now. And this light surrounds you is protective light, and that is the light that comes from the source of light. Let's take that energy and use and absorb it to take us back to where that light really comes from, the source within. Breathing that light in and breathing out. Feeling good in this light field. Just feeling comfortable here, and scan your head and see how it feels. I have a lot of tension myself, but maybe I can let go of this tension that's in my neck and my shoulders. And if you have any tension, just release that tension as you're going through scanning your body, and just let go, let go. No, God is in control. You don't have to worry about anything. Breathing in, down into your heart. And speaking of light, there's a light in your heart. There's actually a light in your mind and in your heart. They've proven that light is actually existing there. Go into that light, find that light within. And let it expand, and let it be bright. Let it shine forth fearlessly. And now allow that light to go into all of your whole torso, into your organs, renewing and restoring and refreshing them, calling on that light to do the healing work there, and let it come down into the second chakra, healing there, and down to the base of the spine. And now know you're surrounded by, again, this healing energy that your body is loving and is comfortable with, and is absorbing all of that energy it needs to restore itself. And now let's go to your soul, which is the distributor of light to you. Just dwell in that soul. Be there, be present, be aware. And go into a golden room there within that energy field of your soul. And just be still. Just be still and know that I am that I am. What is that? I am presence here right now. Feel the Spirit loving you, recognizing its presence. And as you recognize this presence, it grows and it glows with that wonderful light. And it feels like it's expanding outward, and you are expanding with that light till you go to the source of all light, and you're there, right there where the light of light is present. Breathe it in. Let it fill your body and your mind and your soul. And let it do its work. Let it feel the absorption at work within all of your energy field and your body, being completely using that light to heal anything that needs to be healed. Know that it is good energy feel that good energy at work through all of your limbs and your knees and your calves and your feet, your thighs, your body, your arms, your whole head area. And just say thank you, God, for this gift of light. Now bring that light back into your conscious mind, allowing all of your conscious mind to be recharged with that energy like an electric recharge. And bring it back into your body, allowing your energy of your body to be transformed into wonderful, powerful, whole energy that's fresh from the source. And slowly come back and just be here now. And now just come back, and if there's anything you wish to remember or use to write down, to create, take a moment to do that and just know that you are that light of all light. You are in the presence of light when you're aware of it. Use it for good. God bless you always, and thank you for being here in the light.